Hello, I'm Jody Wolf, and you're watching Expoz on June 2nd, 2017 at 12:23 a.m. And topic, top stories you've heard and not heard. And of course, you know about Kathy Griffin, and what she did was despicable, and it puts her on Melania Trump said it all when she summed it up in basically two words: mental health. And I agree with her. Kathy Griffin has fallen so far out of grace that she'll never come back. And there's a lot to say about her, Kathy, and things that she did. I mean, you've not heard and not saw the things or not seen the things that she's done in the past. You know, giving the audience the bird. I mean, not in playing. I'm just telling you what this lady, she's on the side of filth, in my opinion. But this is about current news that you've heard and news that you've not heard that should be up front and center. Again, you know about Kathy Griffin. Well, another, Perry Stone said a reluctant judgment could, now this is his, we think alike, and I because I've been saying this for a good while, hit the United States soon. He said in visions and dreams that he cannot disclose at this time. I hate to hear people that have visions and they can't disclose them at this time. However, I think that if we look at the whole picture, we can see these things. Let's go on off to the coast off of Texas and Louisiana, and between there and the mid-central eastern portion of Mexico, about 300 miles out, there's a brewing hurricane. I don't know if you know that or not. And we'll know by Sunday what it is, what it's going to do. Well, not what it's going to do, but how big it's going to be. Now, I tried to do this not last night, but night before. And right in the middle of it, every time my computer shut down because I lost internet. And they've been out here today and they have to come back tomorrow. But thank goodness, right this moment, it's up and it's running. I was out for over 2.5 hours. I finally gave up and went to bed last night. But the hurricane is brewing out there. And guys, this can be a selective judgment. Selective judgment. And if so, Christians pray that this judgment will pass over you. And you who are not saved, I would do the same thing. So far, it's off the Texas-Louisiana coast. If you draw 2 points between the two at a certain, anyway, that's where it is. It's about 600 miles out, maybe a little bit farther than that. 1,000 miles out. But it's going to affect Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida at a minimum. And so let's go on to something else. Many who said no rapture, no rapture, now has a new perspective by what's going on today. They're believing that we would almost have to have a rapture to prevent the church from coming under judgment. And these are people that's been saying this all their life, are now changing their minds. Okay, Huntsville, Alabama, NASA, Boeing. Guess what? Go Bama once again. These scientists in Huntsville, Alabama has developed, test-fired over and over, and it works. It will knock out any North Korean nuclear warhead that heads our way. It'll knock it out way over the Pacific. Not anywhere near land, not even anywhere near Hawaii even. We have a killer nuke warhead knockout sitting here in Huntsville, Alabama. It's been deployed right now. Actually, it's in place right now. So don't worry about North Korea shooting nukes over here because they'll never make it. WikiLeaks, Snowden, he said this 3 nights ago. If Trump does not take Clinton down, we will. I said this months ago that Snowden already had information on Obama and on Clinton and on several others that he had given Trump, that Trump can use that information to take them down and out. Well, Snowden finally said it. If Trump doesn't do it, then we will. Good for them. Our country is divided, people. A country divided cannot stand. Matthew 12, 22 through 28. A house divided cannot stand. And Mark 3:25. If a house is divided against itself, that house cannot stand. Okay, back to GRIFFIN. Her backlash has already destroyed her future. She has no more. And I say, good, it should. And not only that, the CIA are going after her on possible charges, and I think they should do that. Trump, praise God, exit the Paris Climate Change Agreement. He said, I represent Pittsburgh. I don't represent Paris. He said the United States has paid billions and billions of dollars to a hoax created by Al Gore that started a lie to make billions for himself, and he did it. He stole your money. He flies everywhere, even if it's a 50-mile trip. He flies in a jet. His home is 20 times larger than the average home. But you need to cut back on using electricity, he says. Use fluorescent. Now they've come out with LEDs. Use LEDs. Fluorescent uses too much. He's telling you to do that, but yet his house is lit up bigger than the biggest Christmas tree ever sitting in the center of New York City. And he hadn't cut back a bit. His power bill, I hear, exceeds $12,000 a month. And his jet, every time he flies that sucker, here we got ozone, but yet every time that jet takes off and lands, you got to move 5,000 cars off the road. Every time the shuttle takes off and lands, you got to move 50,000 cars off the road. Didn't know that, did you? That's like cutting the air conditioning lines of every 50,000 cars at one time. Or 5,000 when he flies that jet a mere 50 miles. So he's hurting more than he's helping, but yet he's getting rich in the process. The South Pole, Antarctica, has more ice today, has an increase than in the past 6,000 years. There is a net gain of ice on our planet today. Even though the North Pole has lost a chunk, the South Pole has gained more, and the depth is at 3 miles in places. Okay, Again, I've told this story 100 times. I'll tell it 101. There's a man that's been taking pictures of a glacier in a part of Alaska for 20 years. Every day, and I'm going to say August 1, for 20 years, he stands in the very same place. His feet is on a rock outcropping that has sand and gravel on the edge of it, and he stands on that very spot and takes a picture of a receding glacier. He's 1 inch above the water. The 20th year, he's talking about that 3-mile wide glacier at the base has receded up the mountain over 3 miles. But some reason he failed to mention that his feet still hadn't got wet. He is still 1 inch above the water level. Does that tell you about the ice melting and what it will do? Well, that's what it will do. Nothing. If you melt all of it, nothing. Global warming's a hoax, always has been. It's there to make people rich like Al Gore. He won a Nobel Prize in a lie and on a lie in 2007. Obama won a Nobel Peace Prize on a lie, 2009. And today, you can thank our God. America has a reprieve. Donald Trump clearly came as a result of answered prayers by the millions over 5 years. And because God knows America is not finished in this world. And the convergence that we've been talking about, this is converging September 23. We're still headed there to that convergence. I do not expect a rapture on that day. It will be on a date that no man knows the day nor the hour. Jody Wolf, Expoz.